Hello everyone, I want to share another Your Creative Studio unboxing and project share with you today. And for anybody who's visiting me for the first time, Your Creative Studio sell vintage ephemera boxes that you can either purchase as a one-off or subscribe for longer periods if you want to. But the contents are just absolutely beautiful. Let me show you the business card for this particular one. This is the October 2023 box. I have no choice in what they send me, so quite often the months don't tally up, but the contents are all absolutely beautiful, so don't worry about that. But this is how it comes presented. Let's open this up and I'll share the contents, and I'm just going to pick these out as they come out of the box. Let me just put the business card here for you. And they're just so much fun. They're so inspirational. You will just get so many ideas from the contents of these beautiful boxes. So we've got some strips here of vintage ephemera, music pages, collage elements, all kinds of things. That's the first one. We've got a little box, which I shall go off camera and open. We've got a little matchbox of stickers here. And let me just take these out. They came in a cellophane bag. I've just taken them out. But, a whole bunch of images. We've got these lovely butterflies here. Number 6. All sorts for us to play with. We've got one of these little mini booklets. And let's have a look and see what's in here. So we've got lots of papers, vintage receipts, ledger papers, maps, some floral botanical images as well. So these are good for using in collage. We've got a box here that says butterfly notes. Let's have a look and see what's inside here. So these are postage stamp images. Let me just try and get these out. And, I just think these are always really lovely to use. Very, very pretty. So we've got a whole bunch of these. We've got a sheet of the Your Creative Studio own design stickers. I think these are gorgeous. Let me just hold these up close. So you've got 2 different sizes. We've got a pouch with some stamps in. Let me just take this out of the packaging because I can see that we've got some glare. Really pretty images. I'll stamp these out later just so that you can see what these are like. I really like it when they come in this kind of CD pouch because they're really easy to store. I've just stamped these out so that you can see, but really, really pretty images. So let's pop that on there to try and disguise the glare. We've also got this pack of papers here, so it shows you the designs on the back. But let's have a look and see what these are like. So let me just hold these up. It looks as if we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by the looks of it of each design. So let me just quickly flip through these. They're pretty, aren't they? Little frames. I like using frames in my work, just decorated with a little dried flower or what have you. So quickly going through these. Yep, I like those a lot. We've got another cling stamp. Let's have a look and see what we've got in here. Oh, a beautiful bird design. Let me stamp this out for you. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? Thrilled to bits with that one. Next up, we've got a set of paper ephemera. So I've taken it out of the cellophane because I'm getting a lot of glare for some reason today. I've changed my tripod, which has given me a much better angle, but I seem to be having a lot of glare. Let me know what you think. So let me just show you these. Celebrate the journey. Love the fact that we've got some quotes. A flower is a smile from heaven. Live life to the fullest. Nature's fragrant gift. Really like these. These are pretty, aren't they? So we'll have a play with these. We've got another sheet of the Your Creative Studio own design stickers. Love these. Love this sort of yellowy and green theme that's going on here. I think those are rather lovely. We also have another paper ephemera pack. I've taken this out of the cellophane to avoid the glare. Let me just see if I can undo this without tearing anything. So what have we got here? And I love using the packaging as well. These are great for decorating to use in your journals. got some smaller ephemera that's in here. So let me show you this first. We've got some little tickets, always fun to use. And then we have some larger pieces. So how shall I do this? Let me flip through these. So postcard themed. We've also got some of these lovely natural papers and some thicker card ones at the back. This is glittery paper. It's got sort of like a silver spatter on it. And then finally, and always my favourite item in any of these sets, we've got the Your Creative Studio paper ephemera. So we get 6 sticker papers, 6 vellum papers, 6 art papers and 6 patterned papers. So we just get the designs repeated in each of the paper ephemera types. So let me just quickly flip through these. The design is absolutely gorgeous. Just love that with the clock poking through. Beautiful, beautiful papers. So that's the 6 designs. Then we get the patterned one, which is like a textured paper. And this is my favourite of them all. And, you know, the designs just repeat themselves. We get some sticker paper and then the vellum sheets as well. So a very, very pretty box for us to play with. So thinking cap on and let's see what I can come up with. Okie dokie, I've cleared myself a little space to work in. I'm going to be working in my dedicated Your Creative Studio journal. So this is it. The pages, the signatures are bound in with string so that I can easily remove them. And for anybody who is watching for the first time or wants a reminder as to how I made this journal, I'll leave the link as well as the playlist in the description box below. But I found a page that I wanted to work on. I think I'm going to go for this page here. And I really like this paper, and I also thought that I might be able to use some of these lovely little sayings as well. We've got happiness blooms, we've got nature's fragrant gift, we've got live life to the fullest. So let's have a look and see what we could do maybe with these. I also thought that I might be able to team this up with one of these little frames here. Well, as you can see, I've changed my mind. I just couldn't get the colour schemes to work how I wanted to. I'm going to start off by gluing this piece of paper down to my background, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do with this in a second. So let me start off by doing that first. I'm going to remove my page so that it's easier for me to work on. This is getting a bit snug now, so I'm just going to have to be really careful that I don't tear my pages. Something's stuck. What have I got it stuck on? Let me just go off camera and do this. This paper here is sticker paper. So I'm just going to stick this straight down. Of course, this is going to be the opposite side of the page. And what I've decided to do is use this as a little pocket. I'm going to have that on there. I might need to do something to the background of this. This is just a folded in half paper bag. But I thought that I could use this pretty paper here. I want this border at the top, and so I'm just going to glue a piece of this on. So let me just move that out of the way for a second. I've got another piece of parchment paper, and the easiest way for me to do this is fold that under, and excuse my head being in the way, everything's going rolling around now on my desk. The easiest way to do it is for me to add glue stick to this and then apply my paper. I'm using the vellum paper, and I know that that works really well with glue stick. You could also use it with double-sided tape, but this is quicker and easier. So I'm just going to glue this on. So we've got wiggle room as well with glue stick. Let's just move that out of the way. Make sure I've got that right to the edge, and I'm just going to grab a bone folder now and just burnish that down, and then I'm just going to trim off the excess. So that's how that's looking. I'm going to save that as well. Of course, I need to find some matching paper to go on the bottom here, and I found this inside the paper pack. It was one of the natural papers at the back, and that matches perfectly. So I'm just going to stick a piece of this on the bottom, and again, the easiest way for me to do this turn over the parchment paper, I'm just going to add glue all over the front here, and then I can stick a piece of this on. So I need to line it up to the top here, like so. And again, I'm just going to grab my bone folder and just burnish that down, and then just trim around the edges again. I've pulled out a couple of embellishments that I thought I might be able to use. I really like the idea of having that on there. I think it matches absolutely perfectly. But before I do anything, I just want to use some, is it walnut stain? Walnut stain, just to go around the edge, just to cover up these little white areas. Let's do that. I'll do the same on here as well. It makes such a difference. And then I'm just going to add a tiny amount of glue just on the sides, and I'm going to do some faux stitching with a white pen. So just trying to get that as close to the edge as I can, and the same here. In fact, what I'll do is I'll do my faux stitching first. So I've got this Artistro white pen, which my friend Linda sent me. So I thought I'd try this out, and I'm just going to add some faux stitching. So that's what that looks like. And then of course I can glue my embellishments on as well. And that's my little pocket made. Of course I need to make a tag or something to go inside it. So that will go there. Let me just make sure I get this straight. And then I've pulled out a little piece of foam pad, because what I thought I would do is just have this so that it's dimensional. So I need to add that just on the top of that little flower. So make sure I get this the right way around. So I'm going to stick that there. Let's peel this off, and then I can add a little bit of glue to the bottom, and that will be that stuck on. So how do I want that to go? Yeah, like that. Isn't that just so pretty? I also thought that this would make the perfect embellishment to go inside here. I want to just ink around the edges. Let's just use whatever ink we've got left on here. And then I'm going to glue it down to a piece of burlap. I've got some burlap ribbon. I've got the Eleganza natural linen. This is 2.5 inches. So I've just cut a piece off here. And what I'm going to do is stick this on. But what I want to do first is, now which is the front and which is the back? I think that's the back. That's the front, sorry. I'm just going to glue a piece of craft cardstock just to stiffen it, because otherwise it's just going to be a little bit flimsy. So we'll add some glue. I'll use my art glitter glue, and then I'll stick this on. And then I can flip this over then. Let me just burnish that down with my bone folder. And then I'm going to add this as well, and that will make a really nice little embellishment to go inside. I think I'm just going to round the edges with my corner rounder, because I don't like the way that the edges are on this piece. And let's have a look and see if this will work. Yeah, you see, that's better. That is more pleasing to my eye. Little things like that just really bother me. I know they shouldn't, it's pedantic, but there we go, they do. So let's just ink those corners. I've got corner bits flying out all over the place. And let me just add some glue to the back of this and stick this on as well. So I've got myself a really cute little embellishment to go inside that pocket there. And of course that will go onto my little paper bag. I do feel that I want to add something to the background of this, and I thought that I would use the stencil that we got in the last kit I used. I'm going to use walnut stain again. So bring in my walnut stain, move that out of the way so that I don't get anything on it. and I'm just going to ink up my brush. I'm going to use a brush as opposed to one of these, just because it's easier to use, I find, with stencils. And let's just go for it. And this will just add a little bit of detail in my background. I've probably gone a bit heavy-handed at the top there, but that's okay. So that's my background, and I'm just going to glue this on here like so. That's made all the difference, just a little bit of detail. So let's have a look. So now we've got those two that will go side by side in the journal. Of course, I need to find a focal image now to go on this page here. So let me have a quick look through what I've got and see what we can do for this page. And then for the focal image on this page here, I've got two of these frames, and I'm going to cut the centre out of one of them. So I'm going to use my really sharp pointy scissors and just carefully, or as carefully as I can, just go around the inside and just cut this out. I've fussy cut that out, and I'm just going to go around the centre of the cutout piece with some of the walnut stain ink, just so that it hides any of the imperfections that I am bound to have made, because it's really difficult to cut it out precisely. Now, what I thought I'd do is use this stamp here just to add my focal image to the page. So I'm going to use my walnut stain, and I'm just going to make sure I've got a really, really good coverage of ink. Now, I'm wondering whether I should perhaps have used my stamping platform for this, but it's too late now because I've already started applying the ink. Let's just make sure I've got plenty of ink on there. I'm sure that this probably isn't very good for your ink pads, but I just want to make sure that I've got really good coverage here. There we go. Stick the lid back on. Let's move that out of the way, and then stand up to do this. I'm just going to pop that down. It's a little bit bigger than the frame, but you know, that's okay. And then I've got my stamping block here, and I'm just going to press down really hard for a few seconds just to make sure that that ink grabs. The moment of truth. Let's lift this up and see what kind of impression we've got. And it's subtle, but isn't that pretty? And then the idea of cutting this out was the fact that I could pop this down over the top, and there we have it. Isn't that gorgeous? So I'm just going to glue this on. So I'm just going to put some ink just around the outside here. I think that's going to be the best way to do it. There we are. And then let's stick this on. Try and line it up as best as I can. I've got a bit of seepage, so just press that down and let that dry for a second or two. I think that's gorgeous. I of course need to find a way to attach this to my page, and rather than sticking it down, I thought I'd use one of these quotes as a belly band. So I'm just going to stick this on here like so. So I'll add a tiny amount of glue just to the very edges, trying not to be too heavy-handed about this. I need enough on there so that it's going to stick, but not so much so that I can't get my embellishment in there. Let's see if I can get this on straight. Right, there we go. Let's get rid of any of that seepage. I've been heavy-handed with my glue. So there we are, two very sweet little pages. So I'm just going to pop these back into my journal. I'm really pleased with how that's turned out. Isn't that a gorgeous spread? So what else can we do? Now, I just wonder whether we could do something on this page here. I think that this paper goes really well with the design on the right hand side, and so what I think I'm going to do is sort of cut out around this scalloped edge here and see what that looks like. So I'm just going to go slightly proud of these little bubble things so that I don't have to be too precise, So I'm just going to cut this out and we'll see what this looks like. I decided to chop the top of this bag because it was just getting in the way. So that's what it now looks like on the other side, which I think is actually better. But I'm going to glue this down to the side so that that will give me a little tuck spot. So let's have a look. Let's see if I can cut this first so that I know exactly where I need to apply my glue. Let's turn this over and trim it from the other side. There we have it. So I'm just going to add some glue just along the top and down the sides. Bring back my parchment paper so that I don't mess up my desk. In fact, what I'll do is I'll ink around the edges first. We need to make an embellishment that can go inside of here, and I was wondering whether I could do something with this piece here. Colour-wise, it works really well. Of course, the colours, same tones, are on this part here. So let me just move that out of the way. I've cut myself a piece of cardstock. Let me just show you that's the right size to just tuck in here. I think it's 3 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I'm just going to stick it onto this piece of card like that. Now this is sticky back paper, so I can peel this off. Let me just grab a piece of parchment paper again, just so that it doesn't stick to the piece of paper that I've got on my desk. I'm going to use my pokey tool to try and get this up. There we go, I've got some fluff on here. And I'm just going to carefully stick this on. That's worked really nicely. And I thought to jazz up the back, we can use that stencil again. Let me just try and centralise the pattern. So bring in my brush. What have I done with my ink? And let's go over the back with this. I'm going to try and have a lighter hand this time. And then to finish it off, I'm just going to ink around the edges. I think I'm going to keep it in a rectangular shape rather than cutting it into a tag. But I could always change my mind if I wanted to. And I'm going to do the same on the back as well. But that just frames that. In fact, what I could do is just bring a little bit of the ink into the centre just to grunge it up a bit. You see, I like that just on the corners. I think I like the way that that looks. Just gives it more of a grungy feel. And I'm just going to ink on the back as well. I also wondered about putting one of these stamps on the back here. See, colour-wise, that goes really well. But this is just a little bit plain. So I wonder whether we can use this little square stamp in the set here. Shall we try it and see? We don't have to stick it on if it doesn't work. I'm going to use my walnut stain again, just to keep everything in keeping. Is there any particular way that this is meant to go? I don't think so. So let's make sure that I apply plenty of ink. Take that off there and let's see if I can get this straight. Let's bring it down close to me so that I can see what I'm doing. Oh, Nina, just go for it. Don't overthink it. Let's hold this down for a second or two just for that ink to grab. And let's see if this has added just the little bit of detail that this little postage stamp needed. Not a perfect image, but not too bad. What else have we got? I just wonder whether we can add this little flower. I feel as if it needs something down here as well. Is that going to fit? I think it will. And it might take away from the wonkiness that I've got. Perhaps we can overlap it. Let's try this. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, as they say. And yep, that just looks really cute. I'm going to ink around the edges of the stamp, but I'm going to use frayed burlap because I don't want it to be as dark as the vintage photo. Just will just frame it a little bit better and take a bit of the starkness of that paper away. And yeah, I'm just going to glue that on there like that. So we've now got a really cute little ephemera piece to tuck into that pocket, which matches absolutely beautifully, both with the pocket here and the page opposite. I think that's finished that off really, really nicely. What do you think? Now, I thought I was done and that I would leave it there, but I can't resist doing something on this spread here. I just love this piece of paper. It was another one that was in this little pack here. I think that's really fun and interesting. So I'm just wondering if we can jazz this up somehow. I've got all of these tickets here and I thought I could either use one of these. I was thinking maybe, do we want journey 7, journey 5? Of course, we've got this one in this brown colour. That could go there. I think if I use green, it just might be overkill. I'm not sure. Or do I continue with the green theme? No, I think I'm going to stick with the brown just to add a little bit of a different colour scheme. I've also pulled out a couple of my dried flowers as well, and I thought that I could maybe use one of these. Which way round does this go? I don't think it really matters. I think I prefer it that way round. And you see, I just think that looks lovely. And, you know, I just love the natural colours of this here. I've also got these little buttercups. I think I prefer the Queen Anne's lace. It is Queen Anne's lace, isn't it? I'm sure you'll tell me if I'm wrong. So I think I'm going to stick that down. I do want to ink around the edges. What have I done with my little inky doodah? Just to take the stark whiteness away. Is this a sticker? I think it is. Here we are. I've finally managed to unpeel it. I'm absolutely hopeless with these things. Where do I want that to go? About there, I think. Don't overthink it, Nina. And then what I think I'll do with this one is add a dab of glue. You see, I even sort of put all of my things away, came back the next day and decided that I wanted to continue. I'm just going to add a tad of glue just on the stem, enough just to hold it. We'll add a tad of glue just on these here. That should be enough just to hold it in place. And then I might find some washi tape. We didn't get any washi tape, did we, in this particular box? And let's see if we can stick that down there like that. That should be enough to hold it. But let me just see if I can find some of the Your Creative Studio washi tape. That's a bit wonky. That's bothering me, but it's too late. It's already stuck down. Well, that was lucky. It wasn't very sticky, so I've managed to peel it up and put some art glitter glue on it. And then I found this washi tape here from one of the previous Your Creative Studio kits. And I'm just going to tear some of this. Let's take a piece of this because I want a long piece and a short bit. That's maybe a bit too long. Right, hang on. Let's see, where do I want that to go? Don't overthink how you're doing this, Nina. I think that will be fine. So I'll throw those little oddments away, and I think I'm just going to leave that there like that. So that will go on the right hand side of the page, and then of course I need to do something with the left. I've got to cover up this blue because that just doesn't match. And then for this side here, I've decided I want to use some of this beautiful paper. Now, how do I want this to go? Will I still get that clock on? I think I'm going to glue this on here, but I do want to have the jaggedy edges. So let's have a look. Where do I need to trim this on the side? I'm going to tear this with my ruler. I just need a smidge off. Let's have a look. Now, what's the best way to do this? I want to make sure that I get it straight. Just go for it, Nina. If it's not perfect, then then so be it. Oh, that's not too bad. And then I can glue this on so that we've still got the jaggedy edge. I've got that glued on, and I'm just going over that edge with some of my distress ink, because of course it was blue. So we've changed the colour, and now we've still managed to keep that. I really like how that looks. So what do I want to do next? Let me just move my journal out of the way. I've pulled out this little image here. It was from that little sticker book. And I want to mount it though and have this as a focal image, but if I put it on like that, it just gets lost. So I pulled out these two pieces, and again they were just from that paper ephemera pack. I thought colour-wise these would go really nicely. Now this is a sticker, but I'm not going to take the backing off. I'm just going to apply glue and glue this straight on, just because I find that, you know, you don't need to take the sticker backing off if you don't want to use it that way. And it will just give it a little bit more stability. So let's just apply some glue. That will do fine. And I'm going to stick it down to this beautiful natural paper first. About there. And I'll trim this down. And then I'm going to glue this on as well, so that we've got a double border. I just think that looks really, really nice. Just to make sure I've got plenty of glue, and I'm just going to trim this down as well. My little focal image is finished, and I've added some faux stitching using my white pen again, and I think I'm going to have that in the bottom left-hand corner. I'd also like to use this Whispers of Petals, which was another quote from that little pack of die cuts. The only thing is, I don't like this border. It jars, it just doesn't go. So I'm just going to snip this off. So I've cut around the edges, I've inked around the edges as well, and I'm just going to have that something like that. I think I'll play around with my placement and just stick those down, but I just think that's a really simple but really effective page. I love how that spread turned out. I think the colours are just absolutely gorgeous. I think these two pages complement each other really well, and I just love being able to use real flowers in my projects as well. What else did we do? Of course we did this page here. We have the belly band just with this little stamped piece of ephemera that tucks inside. Let's see if I can get that back in. And of course we made this little pocket here with this lovely little bookmark, tag, whatever you want to call it, just a little journal embellishment. And then of course we did this page here as well with this tag. I think the papers in this box are just absolutely beautiful. And as I said at the beginning of the video, for anybody who's interested in any of the Your Creative Studio boxes or their other ephemera, I'll leave the link to the company in the description box below, together with a discount code. So if you've enjoyed my video today and it's given you some ideas and inspiration, as always, I'd very much appreciate a thumbs up. Do of course let me know what you think in the comments below, but most importantly, thanks for watching. Take care everyone, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now.